Welcome to day 4 of our 30 days coding challenge, and today we are going to talk about HTML tags, the headings 1 to 6, we'll talk about paragraphs and horizontal rules. So let's get started. So this is where we left off in day 3, where we talked about HTML elements, and I'm going to open our live preview tab. Okay, zoom out a bit. So I'm going to get rid of this, then we start what we have today. Today we want to start with HTML tags. And what exactly is HTML tag? HTML tag is made up of different components. The components of HTML tag. Now, if you remember what we talked about in day 3 about HTML element, we said HTML element has two tags. The first is the opening tag, and the second is the closing tag. These are the two tags in HTML element. But then the open tag has three components. So I've called these components of opening tag. Okay, component of opening tag, we have one to be the first component of opening tag is this. The second component of opening tag is the tag name. So this tag name can be, the tag name can be anything. It can be heading like H1, it can be paragraph for P, it can be image for IMG, it can be horizontal rule, it can be line break, it can be lists, and so on and so forth. These are tag name that will be in between and before the third component, which is this. All right, so these three things are the components of an opening tag. Take note of that. So if you are writing an open tag and you just do this and you put P and you come on to say this is a paragraph, so what is going to happen is that you will not get your tag to work. So let's put this. You see what I've done? Right here, I'm going to comment all this out. So right here, you see nothing is showing on the screen because the tag is not complete. The open tag is not complete. So you must make sure that the components, the three components of the open tag is complete before you see the element on the screen. Again, the difference between the open and the close tag is this /. That's the only difference between the open and close tag. So in the open tag, there is no slash. In the close tag, there is a slash before the tag name. That's the only difference. So now that we have talked a little bit about HTML tags, let us go on to explore the different HTML elements. Starting from, let's start from headings. Okay. I said yesterday we have headings from H1, which is heading 1 down to heading 6. These are the different headings that we have, and I'm going to quickly write them down so that we'll see how they show on the screen. You type H1, you press enter, and I'm just going to call this is heading 1. Okay, you see the size of the heading 1 is pretty much big. But then if I put H2 again, enter, and I say this is heading 2. Then I put H3. This is heading 3. H4. This is heading 4. Then we have, we have H5. This is heading 5. And lastly, we have H6. This is heading 6. So you see that the heading 1, H1, is the biggest in size, and the smallest in size is the heading 6. So this does not represent, you don't use this for the sake of size of your text, and you should rather look at it as, how do I put it? Look at it as their order of importance. Yes. So when you are writing an article or you are coding a page, a blog page, your headings should be used in their right order of hierarchy. So the H1 should go with the heading of your article that is most important, followed by H2 and so on and so forth. So in a situation where you want to make your text to be big, you don't just go about using H1 because it's going to give you a big size of text. No, no, no. You don't do that. You use it only when the text is of importance. All right. Now, let's try if we're going to have H7. Oh, there's no H7. And even if I should type it this way, H7, and I type something here, see what is showing on the screen. So this exactly tells us that H7 is not a recognized HTML heading element. Okay, now I'm going to get rid of this, bring back our boilerplates. Remember how we did it? Shift number 1, you get the exclamation, you hit enter, and here we go. Now this is the title of this page, and I'm going to change this to my first page. Right, so as I have changed this, you see that the title right here has changed. Later on, we are going to open this on a browser, then you also see how it is, but it will give us pretty much the same thing that we have here. Now, for us to have something to show on the body, we said we have to put it in between the body elements like this. Now I'm going to break this into two. The first thing that I will do is to use my H1, and I'll just simply say welcome to my website. Okay, so this is going to be the hero section of the website, the bold text that people see. So I do not need to maybe use H3, H4. No, no, no. This is very important. It is the attention grabber on the page. And also we talked about the HR element or the HR tag. Now I want to put HR right here so that I would have this line, beautiful line showing on the page. So if you expand it, you see that is what this HR is doing right here. Now, the next thing that I'm going to do is to use a paragraph. Paragraph is letter P. If you just type letter P, press enter, that will give you the open and close paragraph tag. And in between, you can type your text. This is my first website, just like that. And you see it beautifully showing here. But in VS Code, there is something we call lorem ipsum, and that helps us to generate a demo text. All right, so I won't be typing anything long because it's going to take time. I'll just type lorem, either press enter or tab key. It will generate this demo text for me. So this is representing our paragraph. Okay, this is representing our paragraph. So let's assume this is introducing or giving us a short description about my websites. Now, if I want to go ahead to add any other section, I will not do this. If I do H1 and let's say I want to talk about our services, you see this text right here and this, they are the same, which is not right. It is not right. Okay, this is the most important heading on this page. I shouldn't come and use H1 again to display the subheadings. Rather, I would go with H2. So the H2, our services. Okay, so this H2 now, even merely looking at the page, you will see that, oh, this, you can scan through the page. You see, this is the main heading, the attention grabber, and other things are just, followed up information. Now I put my H2 there, and I put another paragraph with another lorem, and we have this. So you can see right here, we are creating a web page. We are creating a web page. Very beautiful web page. Now, on to the next. I would like to have this line break under this heading 2. I'll just come underneath right here and I put my HR, and we have it. This is beautiful, isn't it? So this is how you put your elements together to create a website very nicely with only HTML. Okay, you can go ahead and then put in your H3, H4, H5, H6, and you put paragraphs under each of them, and it will give you something very nice. Now, we've talked about the headings, we've talked about the paragraph, and we've talked about the horizontal rule. And I want to give you a little activity. A little activity that I'll give you is to just create a simple web page using only your headings, your paragraphs, and just to add a little beauty to it, you can use the horizontal rule just like I did here. And before I end this lesson, I will show you how you can open this page on your browser. Right now, when the page is becoming longer, you prefer to open it on a web browser. So for you to do that, I believe you already have a web browser installed. You just click on this icon here and you see open in browser, click, and voila, here we are. But it doesn't look so good because the text are small and there's no color to it. But this is exactly what we have. We can see our headings, our paragraph, our horizontal rule. Go ahead, create a simple web page using all the 6 headings, paragraphs, and horizontal rule. I would love to see that on the community section. You can post a screenshot, or on the Facebook, on Instagram, depending where you are connecting from. See you in day 5.